Look at yourself. You're just an old man. Yeah, that's life. Do you have a bank account? You have money in the bank? How much money do you have? Nah, don't have a place. I'm just renting. How about a family? You have a wife? Kids? No? And I don't have a wife, but I guess that means I'm free from nagging. What about that PhD we were going to get? How about your publications? And I don't have a PhD, but I do have a website, and millions of people come and look at the information I put on my website. So I guess life is pretty good after all. Hello everybody, I'm Uncle Hanzi, or in English, Richard Sears. Well, I grew up in a small town in Oregon, Medford, Oregon. Everybody in Medford spoke English. We were out of town and I saw this girl. I was about 10. It was the first time I ever saw a Chinese. And I was quite enamored because she was so different. So when I was 18, I ran away from home. I wanted to see the world. I hitchhiked around Canada, United States, Mexico, about 25,000 miles. When I was 22, I decided I wanted to learn Chinese, and I got to Taiwan. I didn't speak any Chinese, didn't have any friends, and had $80 in my pocket. I called my parents once a year, and I talked for 3 minutes, and it cost the equivalent of about 3,000 renminbi. So I would write letters to my parents, and it would take maybe 2 months to get a letter back and forth. So I was very lonely. In 1994, I had a near-fatal heart attack, and then I had my first heart surgery, but that changed my life. Then I asked myself, if I absolutely knew I only had 1 year, what would I do? And I was a programmer, and I decided to computerize the Shouwen Jiezi. My first idea was I'm going to make a database, a program, and I used all my money to develop my website. In 1990, computers were quite primitive. By 1994, computers were advancing very rapidly. 2,000 people were making websites. Finally, by 2002, I had a database of 100,000 characters. But in 2011, Xinlang Boke found out about my website, then my life changed. I became Uncle Hanzi.
欢迎朗读者，来自美国的理查德·希尔斯。
我的名字叫 Richard Sears. I started learning Chinese when I was 22. 我希望了解汉字的来源。每一个汉字的每一个构件都有一个象形文字的来源。For the past 30 years, my main interest has been trying to figure out the pictographic origins of Chinese characters. I'm constantly thinking of what is the everyday Chinese like 5,000 years ago. Almost no modern person thinks about. But if you're going to understand modern Chinese characters, you need to understand the ancient Chinese mind. Dear Richard, I was so glad to see you. I am very proud of your accomplishments in China. I just wish I could see you every day. The last Christmas card I got from my mother before she died. And she wrote it and she said she was proud of all the stuff that I'd done with Chinese and with other things. And then that was her last letter. Love you, Mama. My mother basically supported psychologically. My mother, when she was young, she had black hair, black and straight. My father died when I ran away from home at 18. So the question is, now I'm 70. My parents are dead. I don't have a family. I'm not married, no children. What's important? There's a famous poem, Lo Shiming, and it's about a Chinese who is happy. He's not very rich, but he lives in a poor house, but it's good enough. He has food and he has friends and he has books. And basically that's my philosophy. I have enough money for today and the next few months. I live in a okay house, but I have a lot of friends and I have enough books. And that's the only thing that's important.
我觉得他是一个追梦人，我觉得他是一个特别对自己的兴趣爱好和理想有追求的人。
他人很乐观，我觉得这也是一种非常值得我们年轻人学习的一种人生态度。
很多人会觉得他很可怜的时候，我就觉得他不可怜，就是他比很多人的生活都要丰富。即使没有答案的时候，他还是愿意去做。
Never retire. Never stop. Keep doing new things.